Hello, my name is Ann Statton. I'm the Executive Director of the Pediatric AIDS Chicago Prevention Initiative. We help HIV-positive pregnant women have HIV-negative babies. It's an amazing thing, and you might not have heard about it, but it's a great thing that we're able to prevent the transmission of HIV from moms to babies. When I was in high school, I didn't know I was a lesbian. I just thought I was different. I didn't understand why I didn't have a boyfriend and all of my girlfriends did, but I didn't actually really want a boyfriend. I just thought I should have one, because it was what everybody else was doing. I was also fat in grade school and in high school, and there was a girl when I was 11 and 12 who every day of school asked me when the baby was due. I felt miserable. And I couldn't tell anybody. I didn't know who I could tell. I thought I was just being thin-skinned or something, too sensitive. But I felt so miserable and so unwanted that I actually thought about committing suicide. I'm so glad that I didn't. And if I had, I wouldn't be able to be here to be able to do the great work that my organization is able to do, which is due in part to the work that, the vision that I bring to this and the compassion that I'm able to bring to this work. When I finally came out as a lesbian, some people were supportive and some people weren't. My mom had to think about it for a minute, but then she was actually really great. But I was still afraid when I first started working of really coming out as who I was and telling people the truth. I was still afraid of rejection. I was afraid of being made fun of, and honestly, I was afraid of losing my job. At that time, we didn't actually have the protections here in the city of Chicago that we do. And not everybody has those kinds of protections, depending on where you live. Some of the smaller towns and some other states don't have the same protections that we do in Chicago and Cook County. So you really do have to be careful and know what's going on. Your size, your sexuality, your gender or gender expression, that doesn't have to define who you are. You get to define who you are, and make sure that you stay around to be able to do that. I'm here to tell you today that it gets better. Actually, it's already better. There's teachers and adults, and some of them still look the other way, but there's a lot of teachers who are waking up to this and understanding about the role that adults have around kids in terms of trying to make this a safe place and to really cut down on bullying and make sure that kids are safe going to school and that nobody is really made fun of anymore. So it's getting better. I was too afraid to speak up. I was too afraid to ask for help. So I don't know if there would have been anybody to help me if I had spoken up, but I do know that there's somebody who will help you if you speak up. If you've already spoken up and said something and no one helped, then just keep talking. Keep talking, tell one more person. There's going to be somebody who wants to help you. So it gets better. But the best part about it is that you get to help make it better. Thank you.